Nice. Very nice. But now, we're heading up to the captain's cabin. Check the mail, and then Shepard can kick back for a while. Messages. Ignoring Overlord. I'm glad I didn't sign up. From John Whitson. Hey, Arya gave me this address. I think I met you at Afterlife on Omega, and you stopped me from joining up with those mercs who were trying to take out Archangel. Man, I was so pissed off at you, I got blind drunk that night, and it was a few days later, before I got it together enough to check the news vid, and I saw that almost all those mercs had gotten killed by Archangel. I don't know who you are, or if you got out of there alive yourself, but thanks. I felt really stupid when I heard about the body count, and how I could have been part of it. I'll make the most of what you did for me. John Whitson. Well, thanks. That's nice. You stopped some naive little kid from getting himself killed by Garrus because he tried to sign up with a 50-credit pistol. Cerberus command request. What's this, then? Reports tell us you've been operating in the Omega Nebula. We'd like you to look into a situation on Lorik, a nearby planet in the Fothar system. Scan the planet for a base where we believe Eclipse mercs are holding one of our operatives. You should be able to detect the operative's transmitter. Extract the operative. If the operative is beyond rescue, recover any relevant intel that Eclipse may have collected. This is a very delicate matter, Shepard. We trust in your discretion. Oh. Potential dirt on Cerberus that Eclipse may have. I smell an opportunity to screw with Cerberus. Potentially without them knowing about it. I do indeed. And we will be taking advantage of said opportunity, I think. Rescue an operative in the Omega Nebula, and hand over some data pad to Arya. But first, we have Dr. Morden Solus. We need to recruit the doctor because of the Collector's paralysis tech. He needs to develop us a way to get around that.
Immediately following, founded by notorious Batarian slaver Solum Dalsera, the Blue Suns began as a Skillian Verge protection racket, providing genuine protection from slavers and pirates. Eventually captured by the Systems Alliance Navy, Dalsera beat almost 24 charges to be convicted on a single count of conspiracy. The slaver benefited from the tutelage of cellmate and brilliant con artist Bernard Legit's Ledger. Upon release 5 years later, Dalsera incorporated Blue Suns as a legal security agency. Today, the Blue Suns boast a galaxy-wide force of Batarians, Turians, humans, and Krogan. Each deployment is backed by a logistics corps, selling everything from heavy weapons to shaving cream. Despite claims that Blue Suns sells its captives as slaves, no Blue Suns employee has ever been convicted on such charges. Many Blue Suns members sport the company logo in tattoo form, removed during assignments and reapplied at mission end.
Ah, interesting. Anything else? A few things, apparently. What you got for me? I don't know. I missed it. Blade Secrets. Planet Zoria. Bring firearms and Antihistamines is what veteran guides say about this lush world. First colonized in 2160, Zoria's temperate and tropical zones are overrun with plants and fungi of all kinds. As a result, the air in most habitable areas is choked with pollen and spores that range from benign to deadly. The scattered colonies across the planet have resorted to clear-cutting and slash-and-burn farming to create habitable zones. And the more rural areas where the spores are thickest are populated only by Vorcha. Lax ecological laws allow mining and manufacturing industries to flourish and pollute cheaply, as the planet's carrying capacity far outstrips the current size of its colonies. Zoria is also home to the Blue Sun's mercenary company, who dominates the colony's security forces. The Suns enjoy nearly unlimited influence with the local politicians and judges, ensuring no other private military contractors can compete with them economically. Nearly every colony has a Suns recruiting station, if not a training camp, though this has hardly made the planet any safer. Piracy, drugs, and vice and political violence are commonplace. So yeah, it sounds like a lovely place, and just the sort of spot we want to spend our vacation time on. But we'll be helping Zaid with his problem there another time. For now, let's just head back to Omega. We have some stuff that needs to be taken care of. Let's see. I'll be bringing Zaid and Miranda. I can't bring Garrus along because reasons. I'm going to save my squad points because I want to put some more into charge. As well as into assault mastery. So I'm saving up points for those right now. Zaid only has 1 point. Miranda doesn't have any. We're good there. I generally like the Madoc better, and it strikes me as being just a better rifle in general. So, Zaid can have that instead of the Vindicator. And the Incisor is far better than the Mantis, seeing as it can actually fire multiple shots. Miranda has the best gear available, so we'll go with that for now.
About the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also run searches for reports on Archangel. The various mercenary groups appear to believe that he is dead.
Well, that'll probably be fine with Garrus. And now, first order of business is to go see Arya. This is her turf, and we're going to be operating here for a good long while. So it'd be a good idea to get on her good side. So I'm going to let her know about this plot to overthrow her that was going on.
What do you need?
You may want to have a look at this data pad. I'm fairly certain you'll find it quite interesting.
This data pad was on one of the mercs going after Archangel. They were coming for you next. Let me see. Interesting. Would someone like to tell me how this information slipped the net?
I'll look into it.
Thanks for the heads up, Shepard. Looks like I'll have to do a little cleaning in my organization.
Well, then I bid you farewell, Arya.
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later. You do that.
You want to talk? Talk to Arya.
You're an asshole. Bartender. I could get drunk, but this is Omega 1 and 2. This is Omega. So that would be what I'd like to call a bad idea. So we're not gonna do it. But this guy was calling out to us just now that Arya had work if we were interested. And I think we might take him up on that.
Arya has a job she needs doing. You up for some work?
Depends on what the job is.
That depends on what Arya has in mind.
Arya's gotten word that some blood-packed mercs plan to kill an old acquaintance of hers. A Krogan named Patriarch. She'd like you to keep that from happening.
And why does he want to kill him, exactly?
What's the Blood Pack's problem with Patriarch?
If you've met Patriarch, you know. He can't keep his damn mouth shut. Some people don't appreciate his stories, especially when he dips into non-fiction.
Then maybe you'd care to explain why Arya has such an interest in ensuring he doesn't die. Seems like quite a lot of trouble for one Krogan.
What's Arya's interest in protecting him?
Patriarch was one of her deadliest enemies back in the old days. Now she keeps what's left of him around as a trophy. As long as he lives, he's a perfect example of what happens when you go up against Arya.
Are you seriously telling me that Arya's own forces aren't up to the job? If that's true, how is she still in charge here?
Why come to me? Arya's usual muscle not up for the job?
Because Arya said so. What other reason do you need?
How about the real reason? That would be nice.
People like Arya don't do things without a damn good reason. I want to hear it.
Fine, but I didn't tell you this. Got me? If it gets out that Arya's protecting Patriarch, well, that can look like a weakness. And some people might want to exploit that. You're not on her payroll, so you helping Patriarch just seems like a random act of kindness.
Ah, well then, I'll take care of that for you.
I'll look into it.
Good. Patriarch's downstairs, likely surrounded by his fans. Get him into hiding until the mercs move on. Come back here when it's done, and you'll get your due.
Okay, see you then.
I'll be back when the job's done.
Good luck.
Let's head on down and see to this. Wait, is that? It is. Yeah, of course I saw her before, but... yeah, I saw her before, but I kind of overlooked it. It's Helena Blake. Okay. Bit of backstory here for those of you who are not familiar with Helena Blake. In other words, anyone who's not played Mass Effect 1 recently or didn't watch my The Wolf of Terra Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. Helena Blake is a character in the first Mass Effect. You meet her on the Citadel, and she used to work with a couple of business partners who were dealing in, like, red sand and other drugs and stuff, but then these business partners started getting into slavery as well, and Helena took issue with that, so she broke their relationship. And she approached Shepard on the Citadel, offering to tell us where her business partners were if we would kill them. We agreed, since they're getting into slavery, they're obviously the kind of people Shepard would quite happily kill. Once we killed them, we ended up, I believe, convincing Helena to disband her organization, saying that basically it's tainted by those Abel's involvement. And that's where our story with her ended. Now let's see what she's been up to in the meantime.
Commander Shepard? Is that you? I'd heard you were dead. I'm Helena Blake. We met a few years ago. I don't expect you'd remember. You removed 2 criminal warlords from power and
exactly
persuaded me to retire. I'll never forget it.
What are you doing here, though? You on Omega? Kind of suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
What brings you to Omega?
What brings anyone to Omega? Opportunity, success, failure, all of the above? I find this place suits me. I can bring it a certain air of civility, I suppose.
Really? Come on. Try again.
And now you're on Omega. Once a criminal, always a criminal, eh?
Oh no, Commander. I retired. I know better than to go back on my word with you. You convinced me to turn my life around. I'm a social worker now, believe it or not.
Social worker on Omega? Forgive me if I find that somewhat hard to believe.
That seems like a hopeless job in a place like this.
Quite the opposite, actually. This place needs it more than most. Doing the good work in a place like this requires that one understand how things truly work, which makes me uniquely qualified.
That is rather noble sounding. I did not expect to hear that from you, of all people.
That's more noble than I expected.
Noble? No. It's just that someone came along a few years ago and made me see the error of my ways. You convinced me that I could use my contacts and skills for things other than smuggling and exploitation. I thank you for that.
Well, I'll be going now. Good to hear it.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're keeping out of trouble.
Thank you. This is all to your credit, Commander.
Well, see ya.
Of course. You must have more important things to do.
Ex-criminal is a social worker, huh? I'm not totally convinced that I buy what she's trying to tell me, but I'll let it slide for now. I'm not hearing anything that immediately screams bullshit, beyond the fact that it's Helena Blake, I mean.
So, either of you ever been to the Citadel?
Oh, it's Fist.
Let me pay for that.
Fist, as in that jackass that I basically came just short of killing on the Citadel. All because he was working with Saren. Hello?
Shepard? I heard you were dead. I had a party and everything. No hard feelings, though, huh? No, really. Thanks for taking the time to chase a small-time crook off the Citadel so I could squat in this shithole for years.
You're very welcome.
And if you leave the straight and narrow, I'll be there to follow up.
Right, because you don't have planets to save and bigger shit like that. Nothing better to do than keep me down.
Screw you.
Goddamn saviors of the galaxy. Messing with a man's living.
Stop being a criminal, then. There's your solution right there. Quit being a criminal. Just quit breaking the law, and you won't have to worry. How's that sound? Probably you don't like the idea.
For their efforts in repelling Saren's invasion 2 years ago.
Soon, yes. Flesh.
Okay, I can come back here later. We took a wrong turn. I wanted to find Patriarch. Not wander into Varenville. I'll come back to Varenville later.
buy her as a human. You can't use Batarians to shake more money out of humans. Too much bad blood. Someone always gets gutted. Send one of your Solarians instead. It's safer. No. You said he had close family. He'll just want revenge. Kill the family first. Then he'll get angry and come at you stupid. And then you kill him. I don't think I know you, human. I'm the Patriarch. Aria's Patriarch. What do you want?
Rumor has it some people want you dead. Know anything about that?
Well, I can think of a few. I know things. Old secrets, old grudges. Few floors you can dig up to find bodies underneath. Someone who wanted to weaken Aria might come after me. They do it to get to her, you see. Not for me. I don't matter enough anymore to have enemies of my own.
Ah.
What do you know about Aria?
A few centuries ago, Omega was my rock. When Aria arrived, she had nothing but the clothes on her back. I thought she was another dancer. She killed half my men and convinced the rest that she could run this place better than I did. She came for me here in this bar. We tore this place apart. She crushed one of my hearts, shattered half the bones in my body, and left me alive.
Well, note to self. Double down on the don't piss off Aria while you're on Omega training with the crew. I would rather not have to end up cleaning up whatever would be left of them after Aria got through with their asses.
What made her decide to leave you alive?
No, she doesn't destroy what she can use. She said I could have all my old comforts if I served as her advisor. I knew how things worked. I knew who to lean on, who to smack down, who to smile at. And everyone who respected me saw me beaten, broken. They knew that as strong as I'd been, she was stronger.
Patriarch, eh? That's a very interesting name you have there.
Why do they call you Patriarch?
It's like an Asari matriarch, only male. It was Aria's little joke. After she took me down, she let me live. Kept me around as an advisor and a trophy.
But you've lived for centuries, right? Krogan like you must have some great war stories.
A Krogan as old as you must have some great stories.
I killed a lot of people, lived well, and was beaten by a small Asari who keeps me around as an example. My time is done. Anyone I killed is long forgotten. The stories are Aria's now.
Well, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you've got some great stories, but you kinda need to get out of here.
Some people want you dead. I've been asked to move you to safety.
Well, of course. Aria wouldn't want me hurt. It would make her look bad. But perhaps Aria's reputation is no longer my concern. Perhaps I will stay. See who thinks me important enough to kill.
How would Shepard play this? I mean, his little comment about how kill the family first and everything from that conversation isn't exactly endearing us to him. But, well, we're not gonna say this. Shepard's honestly kind of sorry, feeling kind of sorry for the guy because he's basically probably at the lowest point he's ever been in his life, and he got beaten down and everything, and is really not feeling like, much more than I'm just some old Krogan. No one gives a damn about me. So I think Shepard would kind of want to give him the opportunity to find his footing again, so to speak. That, and getting rid of a few goons around Omega's always kind of fun. Let us be your muscle then, Patriarch.
Here's an idea. Let me handle the assassins for you.
And so your name grows, while I remain an old man who lets others fight his battle.
No. You remain a powerful warlord with forces at his command. Now it's just Aria's trophy.
Well, you could be my Trent, fighting for my honor. If you would do this for me, I would be grateful. I might even be a Krogan again.
Yes, find the thugs and deal with them. There they are.
Out of our way, human.
Hello there.
You here for Patriarch?
What if we are? You gonna do something about it?
As it happens, I am.
Patriarch sent us. Said to do whatever it takes.
Your Patriarch's Grant? I wasn't aware the old man had one.
You should have done your homework.
Good night. Man, for Krogan, those guys were wusses. Went down so fast, it might as well not even have been a fight. They really were pathetic.
You killed them all. And everyone knows that the Patriarch is not to be crossed. Thanks to you, Arya may think of me as more than a trophy. A real advisor, maybe. Or even a threat.
Take care, Patriarch.
Yeah, but
For the first time,
I'm
like
not sure
by the way,
you want Arya
careful
thinking
with Arya.
of you as a threat. I
will
mean,
approve
she did
for
beat
what
your
you've
ass
done,
after all,
I think.
so
But not of you
maybe
altering the balance of Omega.
avoid that
I think
line
it
of
reminds her
thinking.
too much of herself.
Yeah. We may have to steer clear of Arya for the time being, depending on how pissed off she is at us for our liberal interpretation of her instructions. Depending on that, we may have to steer clear for the time being. It all depends.
Give me another drink, Bob.
Now, here's Grizz.
Arya wants to speak with you, human. She heard you took on the Blood Pack assassins yourself. I wouldn't keep her waiting.
Okay. Let's have a chatty chat.
Word has it that Patriarch's Krant took out the men sent here to kill him. Funny, I didn't know he had a Krant. Patriarch has more influence than you thought. I see. Well, maybe I should watch my back then. It's not what I asked, but you got the job done. You've done a lot for me, Shepard. Let me return the favor. We're sending your coordinates to a cache on an uncharted world. You want it? It's yours.
Well, thank you.
Can use any help we can get. Whatever you find is yours to deal with.
I'm going to wait to start poking my nose into Arya's life before, and that sort of thing.
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later. You should find a nice young man to keep you warm in the meantime. You look like you need to loosen up.
No thanks. I'm taken already. Thank you, Arya. So, That's not gonna happen. Now, let's head over here and go on into Fortuville.